because you give a lot of energy. So.
So I suppose we only have to do 2 to 3 days instead of 12 weeks.
It's good though.
Yeah, it's good to see
It's
people.
good. Yeah.
Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship in one accord. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise is to our God. God my Savior, God my healer, God my deliverer. Oh, I'm mine. God my Savior, God my healer, God my deliverer. Oh, I am light. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Oh, every praise is to our God. Every word of worship is to our God. Every praise is to our God. You are here right now. You are here no matter where you go. The moment must begin right now. And you are here to love. You are here no matter what is true. This moment's here for you to love. You are here for good. You are here forever, everywhere. One universe to share for good. You are here right now. You are here no matter where you go. This moment must begin right now. No matter where you are, the moment is for you right now.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend John Riley. I have the joy of serving as your senior minister here at Unity Palo Alto, and it's just such a joy to see you all here today. Thank you to all of you who are with us in person. You are such a blessing, and we feel your energy. And for those of you who are visiting with us online, live stream, we're so grateful for that you're here, and we are sending our energy out to you. And if you're watching it during the week, thank you for tuning in. If you're new to Unity, Unity is a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education. That's your line. Let me start over. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to Unity, we've been called a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community by people from all walks of life, seeking to have a deeper experience and expression of spirituality in their lives. People who are looking to do life better. We teach positive, practical, spiritual principles that you can apply in your life every day to help you live a more joyful and abundant life. We're so blessed this morning to have with us Casey Wicker as our platform leader, Deborah Winters as our soloist with Russell Norman on piano, and I think Polo Jones is on drums every once in a while. There he is. And so let's begin our service. I invite you all to stand as Deborah leads us in song.
God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Here we go. God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God.
Thank you, Deborah. You are the face of God. My name is Casey Wicker, and I am so grateful to be holding and looking at the faces of God today, right here. And don't worry, all you at home, I feel ya, I see ya. So we are part of a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education that teaches practical spiritual tools to help us ground ourselves and open us to that abundance and joy of life. Yes, yes? Yes. Unity is a spiritual movement. We are welcoming, inclusive, and wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome. You are right in the right spot, right where you are. We have 5 core principles that guide us on this path. The first principle, God is. There is only one power active in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent. Our second principle, it doesn't matter what you call it, universe, love, whatever, because God is the substance and intelligence innate in every person and in all creation. You cannot be separate from it. The third principle, thoughts and mind produce after their kind. It's so important for us to know that we have the ability to affect our world. And the fourth principle, that practice of prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation is what helps to ground us and guide us to become get in touch with that creative, constructive power of God to move in and through us. And the fifth principle is the practical application. For as we live according to these truths daily, we open to what we are created to be, that living expression of the image of God, which unity calls the Christ. These 5 core principles guide us living our vision statement, and I'm going to invite you to affirm it with me. Together, centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is.
When I look in your eyes, I see the beloved, looking back at me. When I stand next to you, I can feel the beloved, in you. You are my soul, you are my inspiration. With you in my heart, I'm never alone. We are one. There is no separation. When I rest in you, I'm home. When I touch your heart, I feel the beloved, touching me. And when I open my heart, I open to the beloved, in you, and to the beloved in me.
Today's daily word is positivity. And I'm going to read the affirmation, and then I'm going to invite you to affirm it with me. I plant seeds of positivity and harvest joy. Together, I plant seeds of positivity and harvest joy. Every gardener knows that blooms grow best in good soil. Even before planting, it's a good practice to pull the weeds and prepare the soil, giving the seeds optimal conditions in which to grow. Today, I tend the garden of my consciousness. I pull the weeds of worrisome and unforgiving thoughts by denying they have any power over me. I create a fertile environment for new, positive thoughts to grow through regular prayer and meditation. When I touch that place of infinite stillness and peace, I affirm wholeness, prosperity, happiness, and security for my life. Like bright, beautiful flowers, these positive thoughts bloom and grow in my consciousness. From Philippians 4, verse 8, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, think on these things.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear, like you could fall and no one would hear. Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Know that there's a reason and believe that it's okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, and you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. And even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, and you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. Even when your life comes crashing in, you will be found. Yes, you will be found. You're not alone. You're not alone. We're not alone. Someone will bring you home, and you will be found.
I'm stepping out. Lottie, no doubt, I'm stepping out. I want to scream, I want to shout, I want to be where the fuss is all about. I'm stepping out. Oh, here I am. I was afraid somebody was going to say, don't quit your day job. But you know, why would I quit my day job when I can come on stage and sing? And people applaud. I'll pay you all later. We are stepping out. Last week we began our process because we are building our future. This is the time when we are building our future. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right here, right now, in this present moment. Last week we talked about the idea of stepping in, of moving within, because every process should begin by stepping in. Every decision, every step, every move you make. Okay, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to start breaking out in song again. But you should always begin by stepping into that place within you where there is pure stillness, where you have access to and you can tune into the infinite source of life, love, and wisdom. And by stepping in, we tune into our resources, our spiritual resources that help us move throughout the day, that help us make those decisions, that help us make wise and loving decisions for peace on earth, for goodwill, for equality and justice for all people. And so, having come from that space within, we tune into our why. Why? Why? And by why we mean, what is my purpose? Shall I tell you the story of why? Did I tell you the story last week? Okay, I'll tell you the story of why. Well, you don't remember. I got to use props this time. This is a very complex diagram, so I want to make sure you understand it. So why? Anybody familiar with the gentleman named Simon Sinek? Raise your hands if you know Simon Sinek. So yeah, about a third, maybe a little less than a third, a quarter of the audience have heard of this gentleman. Well, he's an author. He is as he puts it, an unwavering optimist. He's written several books, and he wrote the book Start With Why. Now, he did this after his investigation and looking at successful businesses. And what he discovered is that every business that's successful, every luminary that's successful, they all come from the same place, whether it's Apple, Dr. Martin Luther King, whether it's the Wright brothers, they all came from their place of why. And everyone else comes from the place of what. And so what he did was he codified it. And this is a very complex diagram, so I want to make sure you understand it here. I brought my markers. Oh, it's small. It's a small whiteboard. That's okay. You can come up afterwards and take a picture of it. You still there? Okay, just checking. Do you want me to start singing again? Okay, so here's how it is. Here's the diagram. In the middle here is our why. In the middle here is our purpose, is what we've come to appreciate. Now, he says, most people understand the what, right? Most people understand what they do in life. Most people. Some people know how, but very few people know why. And the challenge is the normal human behavior is that we start with the what's. We move into the why. I talked about my vacation. What are you going to do on vacation? We're going to go see the sea turtles. We didn't see the sea turtles. But you see, what we do is we start piling in all of the whys, all of the what's, and forget our why. Why am I going on vacation? I'm going to relax. Maybe I'm going for adventure. But when we come from the what, we're stuck in the what. So what Simon Sinek talks about is the people who really understand their why, and by why, that's the purpose, our core belief system, that's the reason we're here. Who knew Simon Sinek was a metaphysician and a truth student? Anybody? I don't think he knows that either. But that's what, in Unity, we call going to the center, going to source, so that we can discover our true why. Our true why is knowing that we are, as Casey said, that infinite expression of love. And we're here to express that, and that's our purpose. That's our why, to be that expression in our own unique and special way. And we'll do it every day in our lives. And when we do that and show up like that, then we create a world that works for all. Then we create a world worth living. We create a life that is filled with adventure and rest and relaxation and challenges, but we have these tools to move through them. So the trick is coming from the why and moving out to the what. But most of us come from the what and try to move into the why. I'm done with my diagram. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Pass the basket. Singing and drawing on the pictures is all I need here. So when we come from the what happens is we're stuck in the what. We're stuck with that decision. It's like, hey, here's a great idea. Anybody have a great idea? And then all of a sudden it's like, we got to try to fit it in. And someone asks, why are we doing this? And we try to fit it into a why. We create a why about it, right? And we're stuck in the what. Whereas if we came from the why, we have flexibility. We have like, oh, there's 100 different what's that we can do. Let's try this one. That one's not working. Let's go to the next one. But when we come from the what, guess who's involved? Ego. We're so tied into our what that we want to make sure it works. We've invested so much in it that we have to keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to look like an idiot. But if you come from the why, then you can very easily see the path. What's going to happen? What's not? I had a meeting with a group of ministers and leaders around the region this last few days, and one minister said, you know, when COVID hit and we had to close our church, I'm the youngest one there. She was 77. She says, we've got 80 and 90-year-olds, and they don't even own computers. So they were, you know, if they came from the what, everyone else was saying, well, you know, teach them how to use Zoom. Try to force fit it. And she just knew intuitively that wasn't the right what. But she came from her how, or she came from her why. Why do we want to meet? Why do we want to continue? We've got about 20 people in our congregation. You know, maybe you can just wait it out. Because we need that connection. We need that spiritual, that combined spiritual effort. We need to be together with people. We need to support each other as a spiritual community. Out of the blue, she looked in her inbox, and there was an email from freeconferencecall.com, and they've been doing conference calls. You remember phone calls? Conference calls throughout the pandemic, and they're not sure that they're even going to go back. In fact, they grew. People have joined them just by tuning in on a conference call because they were coming from their heart, their why. This is a very practical application of what the master teacher taught us. Seek first the kingdom of heaven. Seek first the kingdom of God, that God consciousness, knowing your oneness with the allness of life, love, and wisdom, knowing your oneness with Source, knowing that God is in you like the ocean is in the wave. So you can never be separate from that. And when we come from that, any problem that we have is made easier in here. It may not be easier out there. There may be struggles in life. There may be challenges in life. It may not turn out the way you want it to turn out, but when you come from that God consciousness, you're still moving in that essence of love. You're expressing that essence of love, even in the challenges in life. So seek first the kingdom of God. And I had a request, because we want to make it practical, right? So we're looking at, here we are in our spiritual community, we're building our future, and so start thinking about what's your why for Unity Palo Alto. Gay Bridges took the assignment to heart. Thank you, Gay. Here's what she wrote. Hi, John. I've been thinking about your question, why Unity Palo Alto? Every morning this week, before I get out of bed, I've pondered that question. The answer I keep coming back to is this: the messages of unity help me lead a better life. When things in my life don't go the way I planned, I learned tools to help me deal with these situations. I can refocus, and life proceeds more smoothly. I have more joy in my life, and it just so happens that her Whitestone word this year is joy. Thanks for helping me on the path, Gay. Did you hear that? What a great why for Unity Palo Alto. Teaching you the spiritual lessons, helping you refocus on that inner why. Now, did everyone copy this down? Do you need to take a picture of it? Can I move it? Okay, we'll put it over here. Don't worry, it's right here. You can get your picture taken with it. Maybe not. After the service. Be careful. Hazardous place up here. So we begin with our why. Why? We begin by centering ourselves. Now we're ready to step out. Now we're ready to move into life. In every situation, begin by stepping in and then stepping out. Because prayer is not enough. Prayer gets us in a consciousness of oneness. But then we are here to express that oneness, that consciousness out into the world. We're here to make a difference in the world, to create a life that is open and receptive for other people, to be a beneficial presence in the world. Imagine if you could help somebody feel better about themselves. I mean, just imagine if you came to life in every aspect of life, even the annoying knuckleheads that cut you off in traffic, or that, that cut you off in the middle of the grocery store line, or whatever it is. Where you know where your knuckleheads are, right? You got your own knuckleheads. I have mine, my posse of knuckleheads. And even in the midst of all of that, to be that presence. When you come from your why, it allows you to step out in the idea of what if. It allows you to embrace the idea of what if. What if you could put a smile on someone's face? What if you can put a smile on someone's face just by walking by and smiling and saying good morning? What if you can put a smile on someone's face by just answering a question? How do I do this? Well, where do I go for this? Well, it's right over here. Let me show you. Let me help you. What if you could help somebody find what they're looking for? We're all seeking for something, right? We're all seeking, and what we're seeking for is a deeper realization of that oneness, a deeper realization of that oneness with whatever you call it, spirit, consciousness, God, the isness, the universe, feeling that, and it comes through in multiple ways, feeling that as a loving presence, feeling that as the infinite expression of life. We're all seeking that, and we're seeking that through each other. We're seeking that connection. We're seeking that willingness to be with each other. What if you can help somebody find what they're looking for? What if you can lift someone's heart by the expression of your voice? I know everybody loves my song this morning. Did it all lift your heart? Oh, well, Deborah's too. You lifted my heart by your voice. So how can we put that into expression in life? How can we practice it? What if you can put a smile in front of somebody's face when they come here to Unity Palo Alto? Right? The greeting team is calling for you. What if you can help somebody find what they're looking for? All right, we're all looking for that wisdom. What if you can help them find it? The bookstore team is looking for you. What if you could raise someone's heart with your voice? The choir is singing your song. What if you could satisfy somebody's craving after the service for coffee and snacks? The greeting team is looking for you. We didn't talk about the why here at Unity Palo Alto, but it really comes down to, the how of Unity Palo Alto. It really comes down to three things. We enrich. We give you spiritual enrichment, spiritual food that you can choose to take in and apply in your life. We give you ways to engage, to create that community, to create a spiritual community, so that when you come here, you feel open and welcomed and you feel like you belong. As Casey said, you're in the right place at the right time right now. You're here. We also create ways to empower. And there's two facets. Empower your life with spiritual teachings so you can go out into the world and live them and practice them. Like Gay did every morning, woke up and just pondered the question. And just imagine what pondering the question does to your soul. It lifts you up. And we empower you to create a spiritual community that you would like to create. For a community is nothing but a group of people here working together for each other. And that's what we are. There are lots of opportunities for us to practice that, to put that into action. And today, out in the courtyard there is some sign-up sheets if any of those things sounded interesting to you, if any of those things tugged at your heart. The bookstore, the choir, the the greeters, or yes, the caffeine from the hospitality team. But what else do you want? What else do you want from your spiritual community? As you came in, Anne has a few more if you didn't pick one up. It's also online. So if you're watching on the live stream, or if you're watching later on, go to unitypaloalto.org/live, scroll down, and there will be a place where you can click, building our future. And that will take you to an online version of this survey. Starting with your why, right? Start there. Here's my why. Here's that center that I'm coming from, that place of godliness that I'm coming from. And then here's my what. Here's what I'd like to do. In our past, before the C word, what happened? I don't remember what that pandemic thing was about. But before that, we had pickup parties, right? It was a wonderful way to get together. Are those important to you? We had, we had different kinds of services. Maybe there's different activities that you want. What would you like to create here as a spiritual community? What's your what? Make sure it comes from your why. If you're online, we have a new community that's all online. What would you like from your spiritual community online? Is it a special class? Is it a special gathering time? It's some different form of connection? I invite you to fill that out. And, there's an opportunity then to give us some more information. Of course, the most important two questions: I'm willing to help, and I'm willing to lead. Because a spiritual community is nothing more than a group of people coming together to serve and support each other, to step out together, to create a world that is filled with life, love, and wisdom. And we do that through this. I love this quote from Philippians that Casey read today in the Daily Word. Continue to work with that why. And when you're thinking about the what's, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, think on these things. This is a great tool to know when you're thinking, coming from your why, or when you're coming from your what. When you're coming from your what, you're defensive, your ego's involved, and you're getting all excited about it. And you start to come up with excuses, right? Have you ever heard the term, of course, we're in a spiritual center, so maybe you've heard this idea, well, that's what Jesus would do. Or it's because of the Christ consciousness. Or it's because it's the right thing to do. Well, it may be the right thing to do, but if you are coming at it from that place of defensiveness and aggression and conflict and violence, then that's ego. You're coming from your what? When you feel yourself getting into that mode, the tool is just simply ask, you look at your what and say, why is this important to me? And then you keep asking that, why is that important to me? Why is that important to me? And you keep going until it's about 6 or 8 times when you ask yourself why before you'll get to the core of what's really important to you. And then from there you can say, okay, what other opportunities are there out there to express my why? Maybe this isn't it. Maybe it is, but maybe there are other ways in which I can bring this idea forward. And when you're coming for your why, it's that idea of everything that is good and I got to get the right words. I lost the page already. True, honorable, just, pure, pleasing, commendable, the things that create goodness in the world, that create a life worth living. Let's move to our affirmation. I'm going to read our affirmation once and then invite you to affirm it with me. And as I read it, allow it to soak in and understand it. As soon as we get the affirmation on the live stream, there we go. Empowered by my spiritual purpose, I step out in unwavering faith. I am guided to express my highest good in all that I do with ease and grace. That's what happens when we come from our why. We can step out in that unwavering faith, that spiritual energy and power to express and to create in our lives. Empowered by my spiritual purpose, I step out in unwavering faith. Together? Empowered by my spiritual purpose, I step out in unwavering faith. I am guided to express my highest good in all that I do with ease and grace. When we come from that spiritual purpose, the way opens up for us. We're open to the different opportunities that surround us. Right? We're not focused and narrow-minded on one thing. And that's how it becomes more easy to navigate life. That's how it becomes effortlessly to move with grace through life. By seeking first that consciousness of oneness. And then by expressing it, by stepping out and being that expression as best you can be every moment of the day. Let's take that idea into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer. I invite you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And as we breathe, you may notice some tension, some thoughts, some frustrations, whatever it is that brought you to this moment. Whatever's rolling around in you, just allow it to gently release. A good way to do that is to wiggle your toes, to feel the earth beneath you. To stretch your hands, allow them to be free. Allow them to be comfortable. And as you do, let gravity, the earth, drain all of the stress and strain out of you. And as it releases, renew your heart with the energy, the harmonizing energy of divine love. Fill your heart with gratitude and appreciation. Bring to mind something that you truly appreciate in life, something that always puts a smile on your face, that brings you joy. Feel that harmonizing energy expand within your heart. Radiate from you into this room. Surround each person in this room, on our live stream, watching during the week. Everyone in our spiritual community. And as you do, allow your mind to become open, free from judgmental attitudes, releasing all of those judgments and allowing your mind to be renewed by the infinite wisdom of God. With an open heart and an open mind, we extend this harmonizing energy, this sense of oneness to all of our friends, family, and co-workers, to all of those who we have put out of our heart without any judgments, just sending them love, harmonizing energy, peace of mind. And as this consciousness, this energy continues, we enfold the entire planet in this harmonizing energy of love. Knowing divine love is doing its perfect work in the Ukraine, in our jobs, in the homeless, in those that are hurting. We surround our prayer chest and all the prayers that have come in through our website with our love, knowing that divine love is doing its perfect work in each situation to lift someone up. If there's somebody who you hold in prayer, I invite you to bring their name to mind or say it out loud as you hold that vision and send them that energy of harmony and peace. We hold this same prayer for all of the world, national, state, and local leaders, seeing them making wise and loving decisions for peace on earth, goodwill, equality, and justice for all people. And as we breathe into this present moment, we feel that energy come back to us. We feel that energy flow into and as us. And for that healing and harmonizing energy, for that expression of love within us, we are joyfully grateful. We are richly, richly blessed. And we celebrate by singing the Alleluia.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
And with a nice, deep cleansing breath, let us return our attention to this space. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes and allow that harmonizing energy, that experience of spirit within you, to be expressed as you step out today. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover that spiritual magnificence and to live from that every day. We're here because of your generous donations, and if you'd like to make a gift of love to this spiritual center, there are many ways in which you can support our community. If you're here in the sanctuary and you'd like to make a donation, we have a box in the back of the sanctuary as you exit that says love offering. Feel free to slip your love offering into there. And if you'd like to send in a check by mail, we're here for that as well. However you give, in whatever fashion you want to give to your spiritual community, give it with love. Give it with an open heart. For it's the manner that we give to the world that we receive from the world. Our affirmation is on the screen, and I invite you to affirm it with me. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is.
Here and now, it's time for celebration. As I look around, that all our dreams have no limitations. That's what it's all about. Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together, where we belong. But all in this together, once we know that we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. Yeah, we're all here to share our joy in one voice. We're gonna light up the world. The time is now, everybody making the choice to be here and sing out loud. Taking life, moving up and down together. We'll make it through one and all. Yes, stepping out, we're gonna make the changes. We'll make it through, don't you know? We're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows as we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. We're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand everyone.
Well, I feel like the stakes are really high. I don't have a song, I don't have a drawing, but I have some awesome announcements, okay? We are a welcoming and vibrant community with many opportunities for spiritual growth, sacred service, and celebrating our community. First up, join Dr. Cindy Ackerman for a vital discussion, Getting Real with Race, on Wednesday nights. Yeah, I know, clapping. We need this. It's good. Starting April 20th at 6 p.m., and it will be on Zoom. It'll be a drop-in group that will gather weekly to discuss various topics on race, from white privilege to legalization of racism. You are welcome to join at any level or exchange as you are able and when you are able. And I'm happy to announce that we will be holding a Holy Week meditation service on Good Friday, April 15th at 6 p.m. here in the sanctuary. I just feel like, this is a sacred ground and sacred work, so I'm happy to be here. And we will, thanks to Reverend John Riley's skills, we will have it on Zoom as well. And this is just an opportunity to go within and release those erroneous thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve us, and open more to that understanding of ourselves as the I am, our Christ consciousness. So we'll have readings and music and times of silence as we travel with our way shower, Jesus, on a journey to Jerusalem, our metaphysical habitation of peace. So I invite you to join me. Hopefully, whether Zoom or some bodies here with me, would love it. For more on these and other opportunities, go to unitypaloalto.org and check out our social media channels. There are so many ways to connect and share the good news that is Unity Palo Alto. Now, for all of you here in the sanctuary, we'll save our exuberance and energy and welcomes for outside in the courtyard after. And if you're watching us online, we invite you to pop over to the chat room and greet each other, or put your hand on your heart and just send that out to everyone. We can do that in here even. Put your hand on your heart and just send it out. Yeah. We are connected. We are connected. Okay. So, if this is your first time here or you're back from a long absence, we invite you to say hello in the chat room, or if you're here in person and brave enough, can you raise your hand so we can greet you? Okay, we're all here, so we're all going to have some good time out in that courtyard. So welcome. We invite you to fill out a connection card in the pew for those online. You can go to unitypaloalto.org/live to get that. So happy Sunday, everyone. Let's see, this is the third. Okay, I'm really excited because it's the third Sunday where we bless the children. We actually do have a few children here, and some are furry little children, and some are human being little children. And I would love it if you would like to come up with me to get blessed. You're welcome to come up. They said I can do whatever I want here. So come stand with me, furry children, real children. Thank you for being brave, Janet. And Jackson. Right? Jackson. Come on, you guys. Yeah, just stand up here. Yay. Welcome. Princess. We have Princess joining us. Welcome. You can go and stand by Jackson. Yay. Oh, and then we got the other furry child. Okay. So please join me in blessing, sending out that good energy, saying, you are God's perfect child. God, and I love you just the way you are. That's pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, it feels good. Thank you for being brave. Okay, now I invite you to come back if you want, or you can stay here and enjoy this view, whichever. Because we're going to close by singing our song. Oh, please stand.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Pure and holy, oh, tried and true. With thanksgiving, oh, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Oh, God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, oh, I'll be a living sanctuary for, yes, for